my God. This is so fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a blast on this one.
Hello, everyone. So we're going to start part 3 of Lorne's first prison letter that I'm reading here. And we left off on page 7, where Lorne said he was finished writing, but guess what? He's not. So let's continue with Lorne's letter to Mother Dear. Well, shit. I changed my mind. I'm going to write to you some more. I was weighing the amount of papers I have to send to you in this envelope, and I have to put 2 stamps on it anyway, so I decided to keep writing. I've already realized that being in prison is all what you make of it. I'd much rather be home and have Bud and Sadie and Daisy and be around the rest of my family. But if you do things to better yourself while you're in here, it's really not that bad. And Lorne has a point. If he had stuck to that and really done some things to better himself in prison, if he had come out a more enlightened, better person, and really spent some time thinking about why he was there, it really would have been a good experience for him. You always hear stories about someone who's gone to prison and went to school or tried to make restitution, and those are nice stories. People can reclaim their lives, become decent people. I don't know that a sex offender would be able to do that. Lorne certainly has tried, but the way he tries is by trying to pound his message into everyone's head that he never even meant to do it. But what he's saying is true. If if he had done things to better himself, excuse me, it makes it worse if you're lazy and just want to lay around and do nothing all day. Lorne says a lot about, he's always talking about lazy people that are lazy and they're laying around all day. I love this. There are some guards in here that really need an adjustment in their attitudes. There's one that really pissed me off, and if I weren't in here and he would have ran his mouth like he did one day, I would have knocked him out. Sure. I am sure he did not endear himself. He thinks he's very charming. And when you don't know him, I imagine in his hillbilly way, and where I live, there's plenty of rednecks and hillbillies, but and no offense to rednecks or hillbillies. I mean, if you're a good person, but he's got like a hillbilly charm to him. But then once you get to know him, it like wears. It's like, oh, this isn't, this is who he is. This is, and he probably pissed off one of the guards, and the guard called him a kid fucker or something like that. If he would have ran his mouth like he did one day, I would have knocked him out. Sure he would, Lorne. Lorne is so afraid of men. He wouldn't have knocked anybody out. If I weren't in here, he would have never dared to run his mouth at all. Here goes that Lorne voice. It's coming out. If I weren't in here, he would never have dared to run his mouth at all. Anyway, I try to keep in mind that these guards are only doing their jobs, and they have a family to go home to. But and a lot of them probably have 13-year-old daughters. No, he didn't write that. They have a family to go home to. But there are some that are corrupt as hell and that make you wish the worst on them. Yeah, everybody's corrupt. Everybody should be looked at. I still haven't written any more on my other book that I started called The Devil's Reign. I still have a little block happening, but I'm starting to kind of get a couple small ideas about where to go with it next. I have all these little projects in my head now. It's like, I want to write The Devil's Reign. If he gives us, I haven't read these letters. I'm reading them now as I do this, because I thought it would be, the things that come off the top of my head are goofy and I like them. They're stupid, but if he somehow comes up with an outline in some of these letters, I'm gonna flesh it out. I'm gonna write the Lorne Armstrong magnum opus. That's gonna make the white stuff come out. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm starting to kind of get a couple small ideas about where to go with it next. I've used a lot of paper out of this pad since I bought it a week ago. I'm going to have to buy some more. I'm also going to have to buy a couple more pens too. This one's almost out of ink already, and I bought it the same time I bought the paper. These pens are cheap. They run out of ink fast. So now we're going to complain about the pens and the paper. I'm anxious now to hurry up and get to where I'm going to be. And he's said this about 50 times too. So Lorne isn't just redundant in his chat log. He's redundant in everything he does. These prison letters, I feel, are going to be the same letter over and over, but probably with little nuggets of gold in between. And, we all know his phone calls are just one long phone call. It's the same thing. They're delightful, don't get me wrong. I listen to every single one of them. But it's the same Lorne Armstrong. He doesn't change. It's just different settings or different people. So I'm anxious now to hurry up and get to where I'm going to be so I can start taking college courses and get a job and do all the other things I want to do. I'm tired of being here and waiting. I guess the next place I'm going to be will be a lot better because there's more to do. Thank God. Why do you not have more money than you're telling me you have? What? Why do you not have more money than you're telling me you have? Maybe, Lorne, she's not telling you she has as much money. Maybe she's lying to you, Lorne, because you're greedy and selfish and your poor mother sent you money every month. Maybe she didn't want you to know how much she really had because she was afraid you were going to ask her for more money for fucking pens and ho-hos and noodles or whatever the fuck you bought in prison. I just realized that today after I got off the phone with you, that with the money you're supposed to be getting from, and whoever that is whited out. The money you're supposed to be getting from blank for the house, you working, and your voucher for rent, you should be doing good. I don't think Lorne is asking because he's a good, caring son. I think he's asking because he's contacted his mother and asked for money, and she said, "Oh, Lorne, I'd like to send you more than the $50, but I've only got this much." And Lorne spent his time calculating how much money his mother should have. He's such a fucking parasite. His poor mother, a voucher for, she's got a voucher for rent. I have to imagine that's some sort of subsidy for her rent, social services or something. So you should be doing good. Plus your Social Security. Not to mention that huge $10 back child support check you get. Ha, what a joke. Oh, Lord. I can kind of understand, my father left my mother when I was a child, and he had to pay, I think it was $25 a week, and he still didn't pay that. So I get a little pissed off about that when I think about my mother. Like, you can't even give her $25 a week. Like, but Lorne is calculating this because I guarantee he wants money for his commissary. He's such a plus blank should be giving you money too for staying with you. I know you have your new car and all, but why are you still having to work so much? I don't like it that you're still working more than 3 days a week. Please, for me, cut it down to 3 days a week. Well, maybe, Lorne, if you hadn't run off to Nashville with Betty's money and spent your time trying to fuck a kid, you could be there subsidizing your mother's income, helping her out. But instead, you're clocking her from jail, you're calculating how much money she should have, and chiding her for working. I don't know, Mama Gwen. I don't know whether to feel sorry for her or whether she's the cause of Lorne. As far as I know, she's never broken a law. So I'm not going to crack on her. I know there's stories about her being a scammer too. I don't know. She hasn't been in prison. So mostly I do feel sorry for her. I mean, Lorne is her son. She's going to love him no matter what. And I can't even imagine the pain that I would be going through if this were my son. I would seriously question my parenting abilities, though. I really would. I'm not blaming her for what he turned into, but I'm just saying, if this were my kid, I would be really looking back on my life and going, what did I do or what did I not do that contributed to this? But anyway, back to Lorne chiding his mother. I don't like it that you're still working more than 3 days a week. Please, for me, cut it down to 3 days a week. I'm going to stop here and put this stuff in an envelope to mail out in the morning. I love you, Lorne. Ha, I don't have to use 2 stamps. Thank you. Oh, and then he puts a P.S. because everyone has to do something for Lorne. P.S. And I gotta do the Lorne voice. Sorry. P.S. Find out what Lori told them people that are taking care of Bud for me, please. And don't forget, please. Thank you. So find out what Lori told them people that are taking care of Bud for me. I wonder if that means find out if Lori told the people that have Bud that I'm a potential kid fucker and I'm in prison. He probably said, listen, whoever had to go to Nashville and get Bud, and then they had to take care of Bud, bring him back, and then they had to find a home for Bud. And he probably told his sister, Lori, now listen, you tell them that you found Bud on the side of the road, that I found Bud, and I'm a dog hero. Like, I just love dogs so much, and if they want, they can see Mr. Penis. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this wasn't that funny. I'm enjoying it. I guess that's what matters the most. Find out what Lori told them people. He probably doesn't want anybody to know. But who doesn't know you were on TV, which is fabulous. So that's the end of this letter. So I'm gonna work on this and get it uploaded, and then we'll start on the next one. Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed that, and I just want to say thank you again to everybody, just everybody. Everybody's been so supportive. I'm really enjoying this. I love bashing Lorne. He's just such a piece of shit. It really brings people together, just how disgusting this fool is. And I really enjoy it, and I hope you're enjoying it too, because that really makes me happy. All right, and so until next time, bye, sweethearts.